Yo, what up, people? It's your boy, the Laugh King, coming at you with a quick video. And in this video, I just wanted to make a video about my gameplay sliders. Like, I was just supposed to just post the sliders on my website and have gameplay um, footage to post on the website. But then I got thinking, because I keep tweaking the sliders, and something told me to just put down all the shot contest stuff. So all these right here, because when I was adjusting the sliders, eventually I'll show you what I have here. But what I did was I just turned down the layup defense strength at the takeoff. So I had that to 0, and I had all the other ones set to whatever the CPU was, which was 44. Because these are superstar sliders, superstar adjustment sliders, not Hall of Fame like I did last year. And when I turned down the layup defense strength at the takeoff, I noticed a bit of a difference in the gameplay, like in the overall feel. So I posted on my website. I still have it in the draft, and I was like, okay, this is something that I can probably post as a base to see what people would think of the sliders. Because a lot of people are asking me about sliders, and I've literally been doing sliders since launch, because the gameplay to me is so frustrating to deal with. There's been times I went back to NBA 2K20, but I'm like, you know what, I can't get my money back from this game, so let me see if I can try to do something with it. So I've been adjusting. I've been trying superstar, rookie, pro, all these different difficulty levels. And I was trying to see if I can just improve the movement. Throw simulation, all that stuff out the door. This is just strictly better movement. Unless we see what next gen looks like, then, this is what we got right now. So, and some people won't be able to get their hands on the new console anyway, so you might as well try to improve what we have now. But since I've been adjusting, I remember the layup defense strength, I had that down to 0. So I turned this down to 0 and noticed a bit of improvement. And then I told myself, I'm like, you know what? Let's just turn down all the shot contest stuff, right? And see if we can make it up somewhere else. So what I did was I turned all these down, obviously, for the CPU, and I did it for the user. Don't worry about these shooting sliders, because they're probably going to come down from what they are, because I think they're too high anyway. But I did that, and the pass speed is another slider that you have to look at in terms of player targeting and players noticing where the ball is, and trying to do turnaround animations and stuff like that. You have to turn the pass speed up so you can get something that looks a bit more realistic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick segment between the Pacers and the Nets, just to show you guys what the game plays like.
Timeout.
Of course, the CPU is going to call it timeout. But don't worry about the shots going in all the time, because all that stuff you can pretty much turn down the shooting sliders. I just have to do it because I would go insane if my players kept missing shots like crazy. So I turned up blocks. I think blocks is at like 90 now or something. So, but don't worry about a lot of this stuff, because I'm just focused on movement at the moment. Miles Turner is mad about something. Don't tell me this game glitched. Alright, here we go. But try to look at the player movement on the court. It's probably going to score on that. The thing about turning down all the shot contests is that every shot's going to go in. just putting a quick segment. I'm gonna try to run something, so yeah, here we go. I just want players cutting, you know, to the basket harder, and it looks more organic. So basically this is like a screen and roll with a handoff. He's gonna come around. There's no delay. He gets fouled. In some cases, you see where not Miles Turner, but Justin Holiday, sometimes they get caught on that animation right here. Or he'll just run into the player, but you don't get that now. So LeVert's gonna go to the basket and get fouled. It's a bit easy to score, but we don't care about that right now. See how Kevin Durant, he tries to avoid the screen, but he doesn't get stuck. A lot of problems with 2K is that players will get stuck on screens like that. And in the NBA, when you actually watch the game, players get stuck, but it doesn't take forever just to get off a screen unless a player is holding them. So Kevin Durant is trying to get around the screen. That should have been a turnover because the ball hit DeAndre Jordan. So Kevin Durant was able to somehow stay in the lane and still contest the shot. And he passes it up. I'm just looking for flow. So we'll see this play out full court. Maybe turning up the strength slider would do something. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is when players are going forward and backpedaling, there's not much of players don't feel like they're stuck. Aaron Holiday blocking Kyrie like that. Sheesh. So we're going to try to get at the buzzer play. You're not going to care about running the play. So let me see what I got here. I just feel like ever since I turned this down, players turn around a lot more. Like the way they turn around is a lot more fluid. On top of some of the other changes that I did. So he comes around. I'm going to go faster pace. So once I figure out how to get this type of gameplay with like realistic shooting percentages and stuff, like I'm going to constantly update it just to keep you guys updated. And you guys can also, add some changes and stuff to it to see if what you guys like and what you don't like. But I'm more focused on movement, just like last year. Hopefully a lot of this stuff gets cleaned up for next gen, because this is way too much. It takes a lot of time and effort just to do something like this. So shooting is kind of similar. The CPU will still make a lot of shots. So my suggestion with the shooting would be to pick a game style, difficulty, and say you like shooting a Hall of Fame. I would just take those shooting and then copy the rest of the sliders how I have them. Because shooting is always going to be subjective in this game, especially if you play offline. Online, you have no control over it, but what determines your play style, and if you want to have more fun versus if you want the game to be more realistic, on top of having good pace, it's always good to adjust your own sliders. So these are for the user. I'm going to just scroll down just to show you guys everything. I'm going to have a link in the description, and we'll go from there. The page will always get updated like it did last year, and yeah. So that's the shooting. Ball security at 3, body up sensitivity at 0. You can still try to adjust body up sensitivity to see if you guys like it. But I've noticed that a lot of certain sliders that you turn down, the player movement it's actually much more free, right? So pass speed 68. I've tried turning up the driving shot contact and all that stuff to 100, and it brings back more of the stickiness and the choppiness in the animation. So, but these here, I have them all to 0 at the moment. I don't have them at 0 on my page, but yeah. So a lot of the stuff, acceleration's at 5. This game is just about the speed. Players will accelerate, depending on their rating. So speed 54. Everything is pretty much at 50. On-ball defense is another slider that I feel that players stick too much. I had that at 0 last year. Blocking, I have it at 90. I'll probably turn it down because there's a lot of blocking, even from like small guards, which shouldn't really happen. So these are experimental sliders. The CPU gets crazy rebounds if you have these up. So you can turn both of them to 0, and it's pretty much balanced out. Maybe it comes to more of more based on positioning. Most of the stuff, same thing I had last year. Lateral quickness at 0. Tendencies is pretty much the same. Play passing lanes, go for on-ball steals. User don't really have to worry about that, but I've done that for the CPU just because a lot of the times if the CPU has to put his hand out for the ball when the passes are going for passing, pretty much, it creates an awkwardness with the gameplay. You can try boosting those. It's all subjective, but I think I'm just more of the feel right now. Shot contests, I have them at 100. It doesn't really matter based on what I have now. With the other shot contests at 0, backdoor cuts at 0. Fouls, I have them all at 70, 60. I'm pretty sure these are the default. You can turn this up to 90, just if you want more charging calls. You barely get charge calls in this game, so I don't know if you can turn this one up or you turn the blocking foul down to see more. And with the movement sliders, I had them at 60. I had them at 70 last year. I have them all at 68 right now. I had them at 70, but I turned them down. And I've tried these sliders at 56. I've tried them at 60, 65, 70. And I feel like right now 68 seems to be the sweet spot based on these sliders. One of the main sliders that they had was at 35. There's no reason why any of the speed sliders should be at 35. To me it makes no sense because it just affects the overall player movement. And with the foot planting being bad with this game, it's all about the foot speed. I'm playing FIFA right now, right? I'm playing FIFA 21, and there's a lot that 2K can learn from that game in terms of how they have the foot speed in that game, because you can turn down the overall game speed. Like they have slow, they have normal, and then they have fast. So I currently play FIFA on slow, right? I don't touch anything else other than some of the passing sliders and stuff like that. But if you're watching the game, players accelerate, decelerate. There's a bit of momentum issue in that game too, but it's not as bad as this game. But you're able to get to your spots. And the only way you're able to get to your spots properly in this game is if you have these sliders up. So until they fix it, until they clean up the foot planting in this game, like to me, this is the best option. What else? Yeah, most of the stuff I kept at default. I don't know why stamina is at 68. What the hell do I have stamina over here at? Oh, wait, so let me... That's a human error right there. So I'll put that back down to 50. Yeah, so I'm going to go through it one more time, and I'm going to end the video. You can pause as you go along. And yes, I'm on PC, so I won't be able to upload these to the console networks unless somebody else wants to do it. So pretty much CPU and user are the same. Blocking, like I said, is going to get turned down a bit. So it's just trying to find a balance between the shot contests. So if I can find a way to help the shot contests be a lot more effective without having to compromise the gameplay or what I'm trying to accomplish with the gameplay, then I'm going to try that. Alright, so I'm going to leave this video at that. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Leave a comment down below, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Alright, peace.